Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to?
Welcome again to Street Talk. My name is Ahmad Shakaraki. And on Street Talk, we deal with the political, social, and economics here in Michigan, across the U.S., and abroad. Joining me tonight,
Dennis Burnside.
Patrick Maynard.
Okay, man, we got a lot to talk about. But this Minnesota thing, I was watching some news the other night. I believe it was last night, maybe Saturday night. Anyway, but there were a lot of people in Minnesota was following these cars that had these guys in it, you know.
Yeah.
And Trump said this line, son of a gun. He said that a lot of them going to be leaving. They said last night 700,
yeah.
But 2,000 still there.
2,300 still there.
Yeah. The whole thing is a brown shirt or even SS type organization, a paramilitary organization that is loyal to and follows the command of one man and his underlings.
Yeah.
And that's Trump. So there's no justification for them being there.
No.
And then if you look at the crimes that they're doing, it's absolutely heartbreaking. I don't know if you saw the testimony the other day. They had some of the victims of the brutality of the ICE brigade, and some of the stories are just absolutely horrifying, man. One woman who said that she was on her way to an appointment where she's getting treatment for a traumatic brain injury that left her disabled, left her diagnosed with autism. And she's trying to figure out which way to go when she rounds this corner, because you've got all these masked guys out there in this equipment, and they're giving her conflicting orders, almost like they did with the young lady Good that they murdered.
Yeah. And
they end up dragging her out of the car, cut her seatbelt, drag her out of the car, brutalized her, beat her up, and left her in a puddle of her own bodily fluids. And she testified, man, I loved it because she was angry.
Yes.
And she let him have it. And she told the committee exactly what she thought about them. And you know what was really interesting about it? All Democrats, not one Republican in there for the hearing. They didn't want to face it. They didn't want to face it. So you've got these guys, man, who are masking as tough guys and are really just a bunch of cowards who have this psychological attraction to beating up and bringing down pain and suffering on innocent people. You know, the two men who shot Mr. Preddy 2 Saturdays ago are both of Hispanic descent.
Are you kidding?
both of them that shot him.
Both of them.
Well,
Coconuts. We call ours Uncle Tom's, the Hispanic called it coconut. Brown on the outside, white on the inside. They shot that man to death in cold blood for doing nothing more than trying to help a woman who was being abused by them, and they murdered him. And then when the masks come off, we find out they're a couple Uncle Jose's.
Well, I was reading this thing about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, where there are about 5 or 6 of these people in this thing, hate groups.
Oh yeah.
One group even had their signa was come from the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there's all kinds of people mixed up in that group.
Yeah, I mean, he's like.
You know who you don't see on the streets anymore? You don't see the Oath Keepers. You don't see the Proud Boys.
You don't know if they're in the ICE group?
Because they're in ICE.
Yeah.
They got masks on. They got government-issued uniforms and ammunition. They don't have to have their little mammy-made ass organization. They're now under the
official, federal.
It says 5 or 6 of those groups
the Klan.
Yeah.
There's no question about it, man.
Yeah.
And
Listen,
they're
just-
looking, and this is their opportunity to flex.
Just
man.
look at
They
the way they're
want us to
functioning.
jump up.
Yeah.
They want black people
Yeah.
to jump up.
Yeah.
That's when they want to go on a murder spree.
Yeah.
Watch the way they're acting when they attack people. You know these are people with criminal intent.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all saw it though. It just is an aside. There were day before yesterday. It was something like 5 below zero, and these students walked out of class to
Yes.
protest ICE.
Yes.
Teenagers,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And some guy drives by. He jumps out the car in just his T-shirt because he's going to take care of this little girl. He's going to beat up a little girl. Yeah, he's going to beat up a teenage girl, and he figured he going to dispatch her and get back in the car before he gets cold, right? So he goes up to her, confronts her, and hits her. Yeah, she starts fighting back. Next thing you know, bruh, 14, 15 young people put a whooping on his ass. They gave him the left, the right, the boots. They
Everything.
gave him the 5-piece with 3 sides and a free drink. They whooped his ass. Had him leaking, going back to the van, looking like a sucker. Now, man, look. You could have stayed your comfortable ass in the van where it was warm.
Yeah.
Kept on going down the road,
You're
listen.
lucky they didn't time out.
Yeah.
Going
leave
down the
them out
road,
there.
listen to Kid Rock or whatever ignorant shit you listen
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
and mind your business.
Yeah.
But instead, you're gonna jump out there and catch one, and now you, he's angry.
Well,
but he
yeah.
had it coming.
Yeah, well, man, we seen this stuff go on now, and for me, I believe all this stuff, like people being killed, the 2 people was killed where this man and his wife
in
were killed.
Minnesota, but they had other people killed elsewhere.
Yeah. And I believe, and I could be dead wrong, I believe they're all Trump people. I believe that, I believe all these people doing these things.
Of course they are.
Yeah, these people.
Of course, they're volunteers, man. They sign up for this, and they're getting ripped off in true Trump fashion. They advertise $35,000, $50,000, $100,000 signing bonus. Cletus, a lot of them don't have jobs.
Yeah, right,
So Cletus run up there, sign me up. I get to kill nigga. I get to kill people too.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Here's a gun. You get to wear a uniform.
Yep.
Now they out of shape. They're dumb.
Yeah.
They couldn't get in the police academy. They couldn't. Even the military reject a lot of these fat bastards. But they give them a uniform. They give them a gun, and they don't read the fine print. And the fine print of their contract says, if you want that bonus player, you got to finish all 5 or all 8 or all 10, whatever your contract you sign stipulates. You got to complete all of that, and we'll break you off a little something at the end of each year. But if you want that final $50K we said we was gonna give you, you got to be in good standing with us 5 years from now, and then we'll pay you $50,000. Meanwhile, a lot of them are driving their own vans or renting their own vans, buying their own lunch, buying their own ammunition.
Yeah.
Because they got this bloodlust. They're happy to spend the money.
Yeah.
They get to do that instead of playing video games.
Yeah.
And they're going out in the streets. And the guys who they're benefiting are laughing at them. And now you got many of them talking about, I'm demoralized. I want to quit. People hate me.
Yeah.
Well, goddamn, what do you expect to happen,
Yeah,
man?
and
So you think you could walk in my house as you like, whenever you choose to, morning, noon, or night, do whatever you want to do, ransack my house, harass my kids, throw me out, drag me out in just my drawers,
that's what they
and in the cold, and everything goes through. Did they ever stop to think that one day they might bolt into the wrong house? Somebody there with an AK or something like
Well,
that?
that was the argument that came back when they shot Mr. Preddy, right? They were talking about, well, you shouldn't have been going to a demonstration with a gun. And now you got all these Second Amendment fools, the NRA with their weak ass, and all these other groups saying, hold up now. We ain't going that far. We gonna ride with you, but you better figure out another justification to killing them brown and black folks, because that ain't gonna fly.
Right.
We can take our guns with us to church if we want to.
Yeah.
So that's one of the justifications they tried to come up with, and then Trump's trying to back away from it. But man, it's too late for that. You've unleashed this force out there, and for you to think that you can control them is fallacy. The only way you're gonna get them to stop doing what they're doing is defund them and get rid of them.
Ahmad, your words have a lot of power. When you, as a leader, tell the people to go out and commit these crimes, they're going to go and commit the crimes because you said it.
Yeah.
I feel they're not thinking for themselves.
No, they're
They're just satisfying you. And that is why we're having so many problems. These people are told you don't have to have a warrant.
Yeah.
Just the word from Trump is enough.
Yeah.
Just go.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. And you're going to tell me, with all of this, you're going to get people like, oh, God, don't even bother the names. Noam. She get out there calling them all kind of terrorists and all kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not she alone. What's his name? Miller.
Oh, man.
And that bastard. I think his problem is,
Joseph Goebbels Jr.
I think what his problem is, he is highly annoyed with what happened to his four parents in Russia. They had to be running out and try to get away. And he now in a position and trying to, this is our island. This is our
You
country.
talking about Stephen Miller?
Yeah.
You know Stephen Miller's Jewish.
He's Jewish, but his people were in Russia.
Stephen Miller's own family reviles him. His own family rejects what he says and does.
Okay.
He's always been, the black sheep of the family because of his views. So where it emanates from, I don't care. But the thing that Stephen Miller needs to realize, you're talking to, every day, a whole subset of people who just absolutely hate Jewish people. They're truly anti-Semitic. Then you got another crowd in that same organization. They'll play ball with Putin and the Israeli government because it's to their financial benefit. They're getting some of the spoils, but they don't have any particular love for them. And what all of them need to remember is anytime a strong man goes down, you have a corrupt leader. The corrupt leader sometimes is punished, many times not, but the underlings always do. Nixon had 40 people from his either cabinet or his administration or affiliated with his administration, legal people like that. 40 people go to prison.
Yeah.
People don't realize that. He had members of his cabinet go to prison for stuff he did.
Yeah.
We saw the same thing with Mussolini. They hung him, shot his brother, shot most of the people that were around him. We had the Nuremberg trials to adjudicate the Nazi regime. The ones who didn't kill themselves got hung at the end of a rope. You can go down through time immemorial. So Trump probably is going to be dead by spring. You can look at the man and see he's just in terrible health. I don't know if you guys saw.
Say that again?
I said he's probably going to be dead by spring.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know if you guys saw.
Somebody,
I don't know if you guys saw the video from the other day. This dude's in a press conference. He never stands up anymore. He's sitting behind the table.
Yes.
And he's sitting there shitting on himself. Yeah, and you can hear it. And this lady in the background, she's suffering, and he can't control his bowels, man. And this ridiculous oaf has these people under the thumb. So when he's dead, Holania, Ivanka, Dumb and Dumber, his sons, all these tertiary people around him, they're going to prison, man.
Big time.
Unless they succeed somehow and ultimately do take over the justice system, which leads me to the Epstein Files. The Epstein Files have been leaking out, heavily redacted, but they're sloppily redacted.
Yeah.
Where you can see the surgical is they remove the name of prominent people, but they leave the name of the victims out there.
Yeah.
Even
Yes.
women who said, I never came forward, I never want to be involved in this, and they got pictures of me being naked as a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
They're showing things that will shock the conscious. But here is the thing that really gets to me, man, is that you're seeing so-called spiritual gurus like this Chapek, what's his name? He's a Deepak Chopra. He's one of these guys that always talks about meditation and reaching spiritual.
Yeah.
And this fool wrote something to the effect that God is a concept, but a naked 13-year-old is real. And then he's going to go out and sell books and seminars that people come to him to. He's a charlatan.
Yeah.
Larry Summers, who used to be under Clinton and under Bush, was the Fed chair and teaches at Princeton. He's run around the Epstein Island writing Epstein notes to help seduce a 15-year-old who's already there just for sex, who's been pressed into slavery to service these men. You're talking slavery. NFL team owners, the New York Giants owner, the New England Patriots owner. They've been down to Epstein. You're looking at all these prominent people who've been down there raping these children. And then the thing, and again, you go to the New York Times, you go to the Washington Post, Epstein Files released, but they never tell you what's in there, but you have to go read it for yourself, which is no problem. Just tell me you don't want to say it, man.
Yeah.
Just tell me.
Yep.
But here's something that I think a lot of people will be shocked by. Couple things. One of the victims was interviewed by an independent journalist last summer. His name is Sasha Riley.
Okay.
He's a Marine.
Okay.
He was trafficked as a 9, 10, 11-year-old by his own parents.
Oh, yeah.
And ended up with Epstein and them. And he tells about the horrors and the things that he endured. But 2 stories he tells, man, are just beyond the pale. Mm-hmm. He said that there was one young lady, a black girl, ironically, because Trump doesn't like black women. They used to say he doesn't want them within 10 yards of him.
Yeah.
But he became friends with this girl because they had been there for a couple of years, and they had a little time to themselves, so they decided to go to a room. He's only 13 at this time. Mm-hmm. They decided to go to a room and have their own little party, have their own little sexual relations. And they said the men who are the authority figures, like the bodyguards at the NFC, they broke in on him, grabbed her, and shot her to death in front of him, killed her, murdered her. And it wasn't the first time. He was also involved in productions where at the end of the taping they would kill the little girl on tape for some of these guys' sick, perverted pleasure. Mm-hmm. So we're talking murder. And here's where it gets interesting. You know how we talk about Trump passing gas and having to wear diapers all the time and can't control himself? Well, according to Sasha Riley, he said Trump was such a brutal, evil man that he was afraid of him, not because he was unable to handle himself. Right. He said he used to see Lindsey Graham and all these other cats, Andy Biggs from Arizona, these prominent Republicans. This is all in there. People need to read it. Yeah. And he said they didn't scare me because my dad taught me how to fight. My dad was a bare-knuckle brawler. He taught me how to fight, and I could defend myself. He said I was afraid of Jim Jordan because Jim Jordan, congressman from Ohio, House leader, he said he could wrestle, and I didn't know how to wrestle. So Jim Jordan was one guy that used to intimidate me. But he said the meanest, most hateful person in there anytime was Trump. Trump came in there one time and said, I want to kill somebody. Because, he was seeing this, they're doing snuff films all the time. They're killing babies. Mm-hmm. So they said, we don't do that kind of thing here. You're going to have to wait for another party, another case to do that. And he's mad. They said, well, we got some puppies that we need to get rid of. And Sasha Riley said Trump brutally killed these 3 puppies in front of him. I won't even tell you guys how he did it because it disgusts me. But with his bare hands, he drowned one, he broke the neck of another one, and he sliced open another puppy, watched it bleed to death. And he said that made him so afraid of Trump that he said anything I could do to protect myself from this guy. So one day, as usual, Trump's coming to rape him because Trump likes boys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Trump likes boys too. He likes giving fellatio. Remember a few weeks back there was a leak that talked about him blowing Bubba. Yeah. And everybody speculated he was talking about Bill Clinton. No, Bubba's just a nickname they use for young boys. Mm-hmm. Well, he came in the room and he told Sasha that he wanted Sasha to do him. You hear me? So he's laying on his stomach, booty up, face down, and Sasha Riley said there was a stake, the kind of stake you use in surveying. Yeah. He said he used to keep that over in the corner to protect himself. He said he always kept that in his within his eyesight because if they ever decide to come in there and smoke him, he's going to use that to defend himself. Mm-hmm. And he said Trump's laying there, and I'm disgusted and scared of him. So he said he went over to the corner, he grabbed a stake, and I want y'all to read this for yourself. Go to Substack and just use his name, and you can listen to this interview. And he says he grabbed.
Give me that thing there.
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
He says that he grabbed that stake, put a condom on the end of it, inserted it in Trump's rectum, stepped back and kicked it as hard as he could. He said Trump screamed. They came running there and grabbed him, airlifted Trump off the island. Now, Trump won't let his medical records ever be revealed.
No.
Trump has to wear diapers. Trump's always shitting on himself and passing gas. And we always assumed it was because he was using drugs on, what was that fake show he had, the Boss or whatever it was, the Apprentice or whatever that crap was. And one of the production guys said, yeah, we used to have a towel boy and a diaper boy because Trump would get mad and shit on himself. He couldn't control his body. Well, now we know it wasn't because of drugs, it was because of that. And just a couple more things talking about this. We're talking about people turning up dead that we don't have an explanation for. Now, this is all speculation, but there's a picture out there of the little girl from Colorado I forget her name now. She was a little young beauty queen, and she went missing in the late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
Little cute little thing, blonde
Oh,
hair.
you mean,
Yeah. Her parents are wealthy.
It just got right up.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
I know. I know
Well,
you're talking.
There's a picture of her, and there's a woman in the background with her face turned, but you can see her full profile. Looks just like Ghislaine Maxwell. Looks just like her. She goes missing, never been seen again.
Yeah.
Then we have other people who starting to speculate that the NBC host, man, I'm bad with names today, who does the Today Show in the morning, whose mother is missing right now, 84-year-old mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they started showing clips of her angering Trump. Trump was asked at an interview, why would you retweet something like this that is demonstrably untrue and inflammatory? And Trump says, I didn't write it. I just quoted what they said. I didn't say it. And Savannah Guthrie says, you're the president of the United States. You're not somebody's drunk uncle. I don't know if you guys remember. This is part of the debate when he was running for re-election and going into the 2020 election against Biden. They said Trump was livid, could not be talked down about his desire to get back at her. So people are starting to connect dots and say, wait a minute. Did he have something to do with Savannah Guthrie's mother's kidnapping? Mm-hmm. Did he have something to do with this little girl, this little beauty queen in Colorado? And there's more out there.
Yeah.
Because we know that Trump has been involved with people who are murderers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we know that Trump holds a grudge.
Yeah.
And he's got this ability now to reach out and touch people wherever they are.
Yep.
Amen. If anyone has some time this weekend, you can't possibly read it all, but go to the Department of Justice website and put in the Epstein Files, and you can pull down PDF after PDF, and you will see things like naked little girls being raped. You can see one picture shows. I want you to brace yourself. It shows two large birds, like a large chicken or a small turkey. And in between, there's a human body of a child that's got the same kind of seasoning on it as the birds, as if it's being prepared to go into an oven. And then you have witness after witness after witness saying, they're eating human beings. They're eating people. You had a young woman from Mexico who was a beauty queen, and she was filmed screaming, oh, they're killing people and eating them. She disappeared, never been seen again. We are talking about the most evil people in the world, if not world history, as easily evil as anybody in world history right now. Many of your Republican politicians, your Marco Rubio, Epstein Island, Lindsey Graham, Epstein Island, Andy Biggs, Epstein Island, Jim Jordan, Epstein Island. There are sentences and paragraphs that lead up to a name that's redacted, but if you read between the lines, you say, man, this dude is a high judicial official. Are we talking about Clarence Thomas? Are we talking about John Roberts? We're talking about the power elite, man. Mm-hmm. And then you dig a little bit deeper, you find out that Epstein was all Mossad. He was all Israeli intelligence. Yep. And he was also a collaborator with Putin.
Yep.
So you look around the world, man, and you look at situations where you see people starving to death in Sudan. Mm-hmm. You see children being shot with sniper rifles and asked to come to a certain area to get food. There's going to be a food truck here at 11 o'clock. Mm-hmm. So these Palestinian children and these babies run to this area, and then an IDF tank pulls up a machine guns there.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, I don't care what your religious belief is. If you believe they're chosen people, God bless you. You can believe what you want to believe. I can believe that the snow bunny can live in Miami, but you can't tell me that is not the pinnacle of evil behavior, what they're doing. And then you look back and you pull back from 30,000 feet and you see that this is all part and parcel of what they're doing all over the world. Man.
Well, you know, what was it, yesterday? Yeah, yesterday, because I heard it last night. They killed 33 or 34 Palestinians. And if you remember right, last week, it was this one person that they wanted to get from the Palestinian. They got this person, and I'm thinking that, you know, okay, now they got all the people from Palestinians, and now they claiming the Palestinians are doing this or doing this, and they got weapons and they shooting up. It's like they're just killing these people for fun.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that makes me so angry. Is that, well, now I think different countries are kind of looking at them cross-eyed as, well, wait a minute, you know.
That's the global South. The global South is your melanated nations, plus Russia and China, who are starting their own economic system. And with the exception of Putin, you're looking at the rest of the world looking at this like, man, we got to do something about this.
Yeah.
And it's going to come to a head, man. And I think the game plan from the BRIC nations, again excluding Putin, is to put the United States on its economic knees to the point that they're no longer a threat. The danger with that is the United States has the world's most powerful military in terms of just nuclear weapons and other technology that they can use. So there's probably no justified outcome with this thing that's not going to end in bloodshed. But it can't keep going the way it is, man. And then you consider the fact that you have over 100,000 Palestinians who are dead, the vast majority, and that's conservative.
Yeah.
And the vast majority of them are children.
Yeah.
They are targeting
Children
children. And then you got P.D. Wheatstraw, a.k.a. Justin Kushner. And if people don't know who P.D. Wheatstraw is, just go back and look at your old African-American dimes and smack talking and Rudy Ray Moore and Dolomite. You figure out who P.D. Wheatstraw is, but he's the devil's son-in-law, Justin Kushner.
Yeah.
He's going around unabashed talking about how they're going to develop Palestine and these beautiful condos and developments they're going to build on the shore out in the open.
Yeah.
While children are being murdered,
Yeah.
while people who have been there for thousands of years are being displaced and forced off their land in a bloody coup that's been going on since 1948, being justified by religion, being justified by white supremacy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely disgusting, man.
You were saying, Patrick?
Man, it almost left me speechless.
It's ugly, man. It's ugly.
It's a lot.
People need to go online and read those Epstein Files because the Times and LA Times, they're not going to print it. They're afraid.
And you know what? Something I picked up there, it says, if you don't agree with Trump immigration policy or with ICE, that's enough for them to take you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yes.
yeah.
All
Because
right.
you have Palantir, which is being led by the South African racist gay queen Peter Thiel, who started this spy network where they are using AI and other surveillance equipment to find out who's thinking what and who's doing what. And anyone they deem a threat, they're saying, we got a right to come get you.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about Big Brother. And remember, all we heard during the Clinton administration and the Obama administration is get the government off my back. They're trying to take my guns.
Yeah.
They're going to jackbooted thugs coming.
Yeah.
Well, what's the first thing that the Republicans said after they shot that woman last week? Well, you shouldn't have bought a gun to the protest. If you come to D.C. with the gun, Janine Pirro with her drunk ass. If you come to D.C. with a gun, we're going to take it from you and arrest you.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Who the jackbooted thugs?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's absolutely off the chain, and we're heading to a real ugly place.
All right. That's about all the time we have tonight. My name is Ahmad Shakaraki, and we catch you at the next block for more street talk. Peace.
Don't let let anybody make you think that God chose America as his divine messianic force to be a sort of policeman of the whole world. God has a way of standing before the nations with judgment, and it seems that I can hear God saying to America, you are too arrogant. If you don't change your ways, I will rise up and break the backbone of your power, and I'll place it in the hands of a nation that doesn't even know my name. Be still and know that I'm God.